7 main rights under workers' compensation. We're going to assume that the work injury has already been accepted and that your injury was within the course and scope of your employment. The first right are medical expenses. So when you're injured in a work accident, the medical bills are paid by the insurance company for workers' compensation. And medical bills have to be reasonable, necessary, and causally related to the work accident. They also have to be treated, if it's with a doctor in Delaware, by a certified workers' compensation doctor. And workers' compensation should cover your medical expenses as long as they're within the workers' compensation guidelines. The second benefit under workers' compensation is temporary total disability benefits. We call it TTD, or temporary total disability. That pays 2/3 of your gross wages. If you look back at the 26 weeks before you were injured at the job, and we average out those 26 weeks, that's your average weekly wage, and if you multiply that by 2/3, that's your workers' compensation rate. That is the rate that you are paid weekly if you're unable to work at all. And all workers' comp benefits are tax-free. Your third right under workers' compensation is temporary partial disability benefits. So if you can return to work but cannot work as many hours, or have to find a job because of your restrictions that does not pay as much, you are entitled to 2/3 of the difference. So you would take that average weekly wage that you calculated for the 26 weeks before you were injured, you take the new job that you're now working in, or possibly the same job but with less hours, and you look at the difference between what you were making to what you are making now, and you multiply that by 2/3. That's called temporary partial disability benefits that you are entitled to. There's a cap of 300 weeks of temporary partial disability benefits over your lifetime. Fourth benefit is called permanent partial disability, or PPD. You may hear the term permanency or permanent impairment. We have to wait until you are at maximum medical improvement, usually at least 1 year after the work accident, or 1 year after if you have any surgery as a result of the work accident, when we have a doctor rate you for permanent impairment. A doctor will give you a permanency rating. We pay a doctor to give that rating, and we then file a petition with the board, and we claim permanent partial disability. A multiplier is used to determine the amount of money paid for permanent partial disability. Each body part is worth a different amount of weeks, so we take those weeks and we multiply those weeks by a percentage of impairment you have for the injured body part, and we multiply that by your workers' compensation rate. That's that average weekly wage times 2/3, and we come up with a number for permanent partial disability. Your fifth benefit under workers' comp is disfigurement. So if you have any scarring as a result of a surgery that took place, or possibly you have an altered gait, you walk with a limp because maybe of a leg injury or a back injury, we can get you disfigurement benefits as well. Your sixth benefit is mileage. So when you go to and from your medical providers, pharmacy, the doctors you see, physical therapy, you are entitled to 40 cents per mile. And lastly, death benefits, which I will not go into now, and that is for a different video.